So he's done. One down, 40 more to go.
What's that one? Look down yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm just
Market
lucky
advantage.
to be doing
Yeah.
something.
You have anything bright to say, anyone?
That was it.
That was it?
The biggest you've ever heard in terms of the NCAA
Oh, I don't know. Rondo was pretty vocal last year, with Kentucky. I think they all talk depending on how they think their team is. Paul was quiet actually last year. I don't think he had a lot of confidence in that championship game, but he's pretty confident this year. It's a fun time of year, really is. You have Bay Hill and Masters coming up. You have the NCAA tournament. Us winding down the playoff race. Hockey. It's just a really fun time of year if you're a sports fan.
What's your approach last season? Did you change it all? Do you start preparing for the playoffs?
Yeah, you do start preparing, but we got to still win games and play. I don't know if preparing would be the right word. It's just that you're really watching everything with your team, and you're trying to find, trends, things that you may be able to do. The tough part is you don't have a clue who you're going to play. We may not know that until the last game of the year. And with our guys, we have so many new guys, with Jordan and the other guys. You're trying to find out who you can trust, in the playoff series.
Because regular season success against a team, you look and say, we're 4-0 against them, we want to play them.
No, I don't think that has anything to do with it. That's worked many ways for me through my career. And, I've always said in the regular season, you don't know when you played those teams. Did they have injuries? Were they playing the fifth game in 7 nights or whatever? So it's all back to even. I don't think it plays much into it at all.
Because of all the injuries you've had this year, the rotation that you've been playing the last few weeks is pretty much what you're going to be using in the playoffs, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much. That could change, though. There's still minutes out there for guys, or more minutes for guys who are playing less minutes. So, that could always change.
Is that backup big position, is that kind of one of those wild card spots with the team? You have some guys.
Well, I don't want to extend our rotation, I can tell you that. And we want Chris to play better, and if that's the guy we want, but that doesn't mean that's the guy it's going to be. Those other guys behind him, they want his minutes too. And but we'll see.
Coach, Avery Bradley, when he came out of Texas for 1 year, he had a pretty good reputation for being a good defender.
Yeah.
How has he improved? How has he made himself into such a good defender? What is it?
Well, I don't know if he hasn't improved. I think he was great. He was a great defender in high school. He was a great defender in college. So he clearly has improved, I guess, in being a great defender in NBA. But I don't think any coach or anybody should take any credit for that. I just think Avery Bradley has defensive DNA. That's who he was. Right when we drafted him, my son Austin and Jeremiah both, I asked them about him. They said, all I know is you don't want to play against him. He's a great defensive player. And when you hear high school kids talking about guys like that, that means he's been doing it a long time. And he just has that mindset. He has great feet, he has great hands, he's tough, he sticks his nose in. And, I think a great defensive player has to want to get their hands dirty, and he doesn't.
How rare is that?
It's rare. It's especially in the AAU culture. The fact that my son was talking about a guy being a defensive player in AAU games. That's almost an oxymoron. But that's just Avery understands what makes him a good player. And what gets him on the map is his defense.
Has Jason spoken to you at all about what's going to be like for him to come back and set foot on this court after being here for 8 years?
No, we don't talk about it much. We know it's going to be emotional for him. I have no idea how he's going to play. He's either going to play really bad or really good. It's usually one of those two things, But I think it would have to be tough, tonight for him, because he loved it here. Loves Rick, loves Mark, loves the fans here. And just having him for the little time we had him, you can understand why people like him. He's as good as I've seen in the locker room. He's just a great guy to have around on the team. Brings sunshine every day to your basketball team. I'm really lucky that he's with us now.
When you were a player, did it have